Yep, man. I love this stuff. Here we go. We got a great intro today. Oh, yeah. Woo! We're here to talk real estate all day, every day with Joe Rosen. I got to know which way to point. And Lissette Hurtado, man. This is going to be exciting. All right, that's all the excitement right there. Now we got to stop it. It is St. Patty's Day. I don't know what you're doing. Lissette, what are you doing tonight? You doing anything fun?
Yeah, I'm celebrating.
Little green beer? Are you celebrating?
A little bit.
Going on? What are you doing?
No, we celebrate at home. We party it up enough in here in my house. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm an idiot, so I'm going out and I'm going to go to Hot Life. Yeah, my good buddy Jim Wethington up there. He's the manager up there, and they're having a really cool band up there. I got invited by one of my clients, and I got DJ, my wife, who never goes out. She's getting out of the house, so we're gonna have a good time. I'm excited, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'll be out till like 8 o'clock, just partying it up until old man 8 o'clock. That's what Joe Rosen parties like, 8 o'clock, man. Pretty boring. Today we got a cool topic. The topic is if you are a frustrated buyer in today's real estate market. By the way, welcome to the club. That's every buyer right now. What are the solutions? Because we can complain about all the issues. It's pretty normal, right? It's going to happen. I'm not working on problems. The only reason I want to even talk about a problem is so we can get into solutions. So today, Lissette and I are going to bring you loads of great solutions that we've seen actually work in the last couple of months here. And Lissette, I'm going to let you start. Go nuts.
So I like to start with my clients to just set the expectation so they understand the market that we're in and the challenges that the buyers are facing. We are limited on inventory. A lot of the properties that are listed on the market go quickly, multiple offers over asking price. And I also tell my buyers, be prepared to drop some of the contingencies, such as inspection period or an appraisal. So I think having that conversation up front to understand what market we're dealing with is really important.
Yeah. And I've had two where any buyer who comes in, they hear what you're saying, right? You got to come in 10, 20, 30 grand overpriced. You got to get rid of your inspection contingency. And you don't have to do anything. I was told you don't have to do anything. Realize your risk and your reward. Your risk is whatever your risk is with the particular thing you're doing. The reward is you've got a better offer. If you want to come in at full price, 5 grand under is not even a thing, but let's just say 5 grand under because you still see it from some buyers. You want all the protections of the appraisal contingencies, all the protection of the inspection contingencies. You're not giving up anything. Cool. Your odds of winning are about 4%. So if you're okay with those odds and you want all of the rewards, you don't want to give up any of the risks, as long as you're okay with a 4% chance, and we're going to go look at 25 different homes and put offers on all of them, let's get it. And I'm not saying, dude, for some people, this isn't the time to buy. If you are not comfortable with a little bit of risk, don't buy right now. It is not a comfortable time to buy. This is an uncomfortable time to buy. If you need to buy, you need to be realistic. So what I've had to tell some of my buyers, I just straight up tell them, listen, I'm telling you this offer you're putting in right now for full price sounds like a good offer. It's not a good offer. You need to come in over full price, and you might need to get rid of an inspection contingency. Let's talk about the risks and rewards of that. You might need to guarantee a certain amount of appraisal shortage, right? So let's say you're at $300,000, the appraisal comes in at $290,000. Are you covering that $10,000 with cash, or are you expecting the seller to come down on price? If you're expecting the seller to come down on price, but another offer has the buyer actually covering that with cash, you're going to lose, right? And it's happening right now, and it's happening consistently. So I've had to tell a lot of my buyers, I'm going to present this offer because you need, unfortunately, you might need to feel that pain one time, but I want you to feel it and know this is kind of what I'm preparing you for. If you want to feel it once, let's go get it. But then the second time, I'm like, hey, we need to have this realistic conversation. This is what we talked about. Now you can actually see it for yourself. It's not just something that's coming out of the person you're working with's mouth. It's actual reality. So I think setting the expectations is probably the best point of all points that we're going to make here. I think that's a great expectation. So what's the next thing, Lissette?
And I just encountered this yesterday. I touched base with the listing agent, and I ask all the time, so what can I do? What can we bring to the table to win this offer? Unfortunately, a lot of the answers I've gotten back is all cash offer.
Yep.
And sometimes the buyers are just not in that situation. So then we come in as strong as possible that we possibly can. And I also tell my buyers, if you're approved up to 300,000, let's look within the range of 250 to 60, so you have that room to go above asking price.
Man,
so yeah, just because you're approved at a certain price point, be flexible to go under that.
Yep. So cash is king right now. And it's not just king because it sounds magical, right? $300,000 cash is the same as $300,000 financed if it closes. The problem is financing has so many little hurdles. Even if you thought you had a smooth deal, I'm telling you, your realtor, your title company, your lender, there were issues going on in the background that they had to overcome every single transaction. And realtors know this, and they're telling their listing clients this. And when they see that offer that's got financing on it, they know we're going to have issues. Maybe there are issues this big, maybe there are issues this big. With cash, you almost never have issues as long as you got a proof of funds letter that's attached to it. So that's why. So when you're coming in financed, for you, full price, that's 10 grand over. Because if I got a cash deal and it's 5-10 grand less, it still might be more alluring than that financed offer that's 5-10 grand more. So just realize that as a financed transaction, you're going to have to come 5-10 grand over just to be at base right now. This is a crazy market. This is like nothing I started selling, I want to say in 2004. I've never seen a market this hot ever. Ever. Right now in certain price points, certain areas, and I'm not just talking about South Florida, I'm talking around the US. There are certain markets that literally, if we stopped listing homes and we were selling homes at the pace we're selling them at, a neutral market is 3 to 4 months inventory. We have less than 4 weeks of inventory right now in some price points. So it is a smoking hot market. That's a great point. Tell me a little bit about escalation clauses. Do you use them? What do you think about them?
I think they're absolutely necessary in today's market. It's so important to also be able to communicate with the listing agent and let them know, listen, if there's another offer that's going to come in $5,000 over us, understand that we're willing to match that price and go over an additional $1,000, $2,000. And that just might win you the deal. So that right now in today's market, I think should go with all offers.
Yeah, guys, if you want, you can punch in comments, questions, and we will respond to them as we're going here. So feel free. Another thing I think that's very important is having a realtor who's professional. And listen, if you can have a good conversation, good back and forth, and you feel like you're having a good time with them, like there's a difference between professionalism, right? Somebody who's like doing what they should be doing and on a timely basis, and someone that you really gel with. If you get someone that you gel with, there's a good chance that they're going to gel well with that listing realtor. If you build a good connection with that listing realtor, that carries value. I've seen so many times that the person who has the best relationship with that agent, you don't always have the best offer. Maybe you win, even though you don't have the best offer, because they say to their clients, I've heard this. Guys, Joe Rosen is a hard worker. That dude wakes up at 5:30, he goes to bed at 10:30, and he picks up his phone and works from that time to that time every single day. We want this guy. When we have issues, he's on it, right? I've also had, if you've got a good relationship, that late night phone call. Joe, you're in third place. Oh, crap, that sucks. Yes, but if you fix this and this, you're going to win. Oh, thank you. That is so helpful. Now I call my buyers. Maybe we can switch those things and we're good. If you don't have that good relationship and you're number 1 and 2 on that list, you might not get that phone call. You're going to be frustrated, right? So really think the realtor you're choosing, that's the realtor who has to also align with and work with those other realtors. You want to pick somebody who's got a really good relationship building set of skills.
Yeah, exactly. Being on the listing side a few times, you don't want to be with an agent that's not going to carry their weight, which you know is difficult, which you have to be after to make sure that they're meeting those deadlines. You want to work with the top, the most professional other agents out there on the market. And if you prove that up front, if you create that relationship, you're more likely to win for your buyer, and they're going to appreciate that, and you're going to be happier. You're going to have another deal for you. So yeah, just communication, leave your ego at the door, and just really work with others. At the end of the day, we're a team.
Yep. So one thing I've seen that has kind of bled over from new construction, which new construction is another thing I want to talk about here. But before we get there, with new construction, it's very common to put 10, 20, $30,000 down in escrow, which you would normally do on a pre-existing home, but it's non-refundable. That seller is a builder. He's a professional. He's an expert. He does this all the time. He's saying, hey, if I'm going to break ground, I'm going to put all this effort into you guys. I need to know you're not going anywhere. So this is non-refundable, right? If we have problems, we'll work through them, but we're both committed. I'm starting to see this bleed over into resales. And now with pre-existing construction, right? Just normal everyday sales, you're seeing people come to the table with maybe 10,000 in escrow and 5,000 of it is non-refundable. That is commitment. When I see that as a listing agent, I'm like, okay, if we got problems, I know this person's going to work through them. They're not going to try to negotiate their way out of it. They're going to figure it out. That makes me feel really good. What are you seeing out there when it comes to non-refundable deposits? You seeing any of that?
I have, and that just makes the offer so much stronger. That's what the seller wants at the end of the day. They want to know that you're committed and that you're going to follow through. Whether you're cash or financing, 30 days, it's going to close. So having that non-refundable deposit shows that you're in it and you are committed.
Yep. One of the things that I think is so tough to coach people on in any industry is really being so engaged that you kind of see what's going on, right? Everybody does the thing that they were told to do, but can you do the things you weren't told to do that just you connect with? I'm gonna give you a great example of one that I won. This is probably 3 months ago, and this is how it happened. We walked into the house. I'm a sports fan. I'm a big baseball card collector, right? So I'm a super nerd when it comes to baseball cards. I saw this guy had an office, and his office was full of Jet stuff. He had New York Jets jerseys. He had New York Jets pictures. He had all these different things up, right? So when we put the offer in, it was a good offer. It was a nice offer. Agent called back and said, hey, listen, we got multiple offers. Get your best offer by whenever, tomorrow at noon. Awesome. I called my clients. I said, listen, we need to figure out a way to get ahead. We've done everything we can to make this offer look as beautiful as we can, but let's go above and beyond. What if we were to offer? And this is what I offered. Now, I'm a sports fan, so I thought of this, right? But this is where, man, you got to be insightful. We looked it up, and we got a football signed by Joe Namath. It cost him $150 off Amazon. And we got a Joe Namath signed football, and we put it in the offer and said, hey, we're going to give you this. I sent pictures of it and everything. And that person was so excited that they got this ball. The wife was rolling her eyes, but he was so excited. I'm not saying that's what won it, but for $150 on something where we're talking 400 grand, man, was that worth it. And we won that deal, right? So I think to be insightful and see how you can make a connection. Lissette, we always talk about if you're picking brokerages, right? You've got splits and you've got caps and you've got, different benefits to working with different companies. But really, when it comes down to it, you either love the people you're working with or you don't. Like that's the biggest thing. You've got someone who's driving you, who's firing you up, who's passionate about what they're doing, or you're working with people who are average, right? It's the same thing here. Every offer is just, here's the information, take it or leave it.
Right.
But when you get something that's so different, unique, and it connects with you, man, it makes that just that much better. You know what I'm saying?
That is fantastic. That's what separates you from the rest.
Yeah.
Really thinking outside of the box and going the extra mile. Even if it's sometimes as simple as just putting a cover letter and explaining what you're looking, that you're excited of purchasing this home, your family, your kids are excited to enjoy the pool in the backyard. It touches on an emotional level that may just win you the property. So yeah, it's really important to think outside of the box in this market.
So I'm in a lot of different real estate groups on Facebook, and I see this question all the time. You said cover letters. Do cover letters work, right? So a nice, sweet little emotion-filled letter from your buyers talking about why they want your house so bad. And I'm telling you, it works. Does it work 80% of the time, 90%? Probably not. It probably works 10, 20, 30% of the time. But guys, this is your house, man. If you've got an opportunity to increase your chance of getting that house by 10, 20, 30%, and all it takes is 18 minutes of you sitting down and writing a handwritten letter and signing it and attaching a beautiful photo of your family, holy smokes, why wouldn't you do it, right? Give yourself every chance possible. And I'll tell you the two big things that I see that really make a difference. These are the two that I've seen win. One, if you're military. If you've got a VA loan, a lot of people don't like to see VA loans for whatever reasons, right? But if you can put a photo of you in your uniform with your family, holy smokes, you've got some people that are just like, hey, that's a vet. I don't care if it's $2,000 less. The vet's winning it. Yeah. And the listing agent will say, yeah, but this one's cash. Don't care. It's a veteran. They're getting it, right? Another one is if you've got a small family. I can't tell you how many people, I've been the listing agent, and when that seller finds out that the buyer is in their late 20s, early 30s, they got a couple little kids, you get a picture of the kids and those suckers are cute as a button. Holy smokes, the heartstrings are just being pulled. And now all of the differences in the offers go away. And they're like, can we make this one work? Yes. Awesome. Because they're thinking, I had all those feelings, all those emotions attached with my kids, my family, all those Christmases, all those Thanksgivings, all those birthday parties. Man, this little family's going to experience this same stuff in my house. This is so great. And they fall in love with that story. So guys, you need to put the letters together. Lissette, what do you think about new construction? If I'm having a tough time with buying a resale, right? Just a normal home, what's new construction looking like right now?
I love new construction. And I think the biggest reason why is you're not competing against multiple offers. Yep. You could get what you're looking for. Now, my number one question is always to the buyer, what's your timeline? Do you have time on your side to wait for this property to be built? Unfortunately, right now, there's not a lot of specs on the market. So you might have to wait 7 to 9 months for that property to be built. But if you have that availability, love it. Every day, let's go around town. Let's meet with all the builders, especially with custom home builders like Grand Construction. And let's get it done because you could get what you're looking for and not have to fight with all the other buyers in the market.
Yeah. Guys, you're paying 20, 30 grand over anyway, right? So why not go get a lot wherever the heck you want? There are hundreds of lots on the market right now. Okay. Find any lot you want with whatever features you want at whatever price point you want. And as long as your timeline allows it, right? But here it takes you thinking ahead a little bit. You can build a custom home on there. And right now, because resales have gone up so much, new construction is about the same price, maybe a hair higher if you're going with one of the top quality builders, but it's not that much more expensive. Right now, I'm not having a problem with my buyers saying, let's pay more. They're all paying 10, 20, 30 grand more, and they're not batting an eye at it. That's not the problem. The problem is there's 15 offers. Even if I am 20 grand over, if I'm not guaranteeing a shortage on appraisal, if I don't take that inspection contingency out, it's not helping and I'm not winning anyway. You go to new construction, all of that goes away. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I love it. My last few deals that we closed on, 2 of them were new construction. And it's nice. It's nice having to fight with 10 other buyers to get the deal done. So yeah.
So a good buddy of mine, Giovanni, he's got to put Giovanni, tell me where you're from, man. I can't remember what area you're in. Says, love the info. Down here, new construction, some builders are telling me 12 to 14 months, but I agree and love new construction. Plus you get a warranty on the new home. That's true. You get a 10-2-1 warranty. Everybody gets it. Doesn't matter what builder you're with. So that's a really cool perk. And I will tell you, build times have gone up a little bit in this area. Before we were saying 7 to 8 months. Now we're saying 8 to 9 months. Hasn't changed drastically, but I will tell you, building costs are going up. Okay, he's in Wesley Chapel, close to Tampa. That makes sense. Building costs are going up. And they're right around the corner. Builders know it. They're trying to get things sold right now so they can lock in some prices. But guys, I'm telling you, in 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, you're going to see new construction prices going up too. So right now, new construction is a smoking deal. But if you wait 3, 4, 5 months, these builders are going to have to increase their prices. So definitely, this is the time to purchase new construction. Lissette, you got any closing remarks?
And again, just like I said at the beginning, really setting those expectations, not being scared to get into multiple offers. I had buyers just yesterday, we went out and looked at a few properties and I'm trying to explain to them, put an offer down so they could get the feel what it is to be in today's market. If we're lucky, we win it. And if not, you understand what you need to do on the next property to win that deal.
Yep. I love that, man. You have to be aggressive right now. You have to be aggressive. Guys, I don't want to shut anybody out of this market either, too, but I'll tell you, there's never been a time where I would say this more. You need somebody who is working 24/7, 7 days a week. Right now, if something pops up, you need to see it and put an offer on it today.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah. I literally looked one up for a client this morning, and it said, now it's been on, today's the second day. So when this person put it on yesterday, it said, we have showings tonight, last night, from 5 to 6 p.m. We're going to have them tomorrow night, which is today, from 5 to 6 p.m. That's it. 2 1-hour windows, and they're presenting offers tomorrow at 5 o'clock. That's it. So if you're not at one of those 2 showings, you don't get to see the home before you put an offer in. By the way, if you're like, oh, I'll just put an offer in with an inspection contingency so I can get out. Good luck. It better be 20 grand cash over price with an appraisal. Like, it's really challenging. You have to be on it. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I know with a lot of my buyers, they have to feel the pain once or twice before they get realistic, and that sucks. If 20% of the people listening right now, I can get them to see that you have to be aggressive up front, then it was worth me taking the time to say this. Lissette, I appreciate your time as always. Have a rockin' Wednesday. And
have a great night.
Yeah, we're having a little happy hour for the Rosen group at my place tomorrow night. You're coming, right?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some...
I'll be at Grand until 5. So
yeah, but right after. I don't even remember what time it starts. What time does it start? 5?
5:30. We're good.
Yeah, so bring some green beer or something. You'll have some leftovers from tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, have an absolutely phenomenal, fun, safe St. Patrick's Day, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great